Hello, crafty friends. Carrie here. Tonight I am doing a tutorial on pocket letter. This is for a group that I belong to that I'm an admin in, Amazing Crafters Pocket Letters and More. And so we're having a pocket letter swap. And the theme for this pocket letter swap is white and gold. So in order to make a pocket letter, for those of you who may not know, you need one of these sheets. These are like what you put baseball trading cards in. So this is a 9-pocket page protector. And so there's 9 pockets, 3 rows of 3. So you will need one of these. You will need paper for the cards that you're going to make, that you're going to put in. So you'll need 9 cards if you're doing all 9 pockets. However, I'm only going to use 8 cards because this middle pocket here, I'm going to make a shaker. I'm going to show you how to make a shaker pocket. But the first thing we're going to do is we'll cut our paper to the size we need for the cards. So you will need a paper trimmer of some kind. Unless you're much better with scissors than I am, because I couldn't cut that straight. Now the paper that I am going to use for my cards is this white paper. That is showing up. Okay, good. That has like this white embossed writing on it. And this is from a Tim Holtz pad that I got, which I don't know if it's really actually showing. A Tim Holtz pad that I got that has a white and a brown in different designs, and they're all embossed, even though on the back it looks black. The actual embossing on the inside is like a clear embossing. I had got this back when I was doing another project that I needed white for, and I didn't want to use just plain white cardstock. So I wanted it to have a little bit of something on it. Now, for the cards, your cards have to be 2.5 inches wide by 3.5 inches high. So what I'm going to do here is put my paper in at the 3.5 inch, which will be my height. And I'm going to cut that strip. And now I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it into 2.5 inch wide pieces. Two, 3, 4. So you'll get 4 out of 1 strip of 12-inch paper, and then you'll have this little piece left over. I save my scraps. I suggest you do too. Okay, so I'll make another 3.5 inch strip for my length. And then I'll just lay my excess paper to the side. And come back in here and do my 2.5s. Okay. I'm going to set this off to the side. I probably won't need it again, but just in case. Oh, I want to mention, when I'm crafting, I like to have a pack of baby wipes. I get these at the Dollar Tree for $1. They're very handy because if your fingers start to get sticky, you want to be able to wipe them off. It's also good to wipe up your mat if you get anything spilled, so I like to have those sitting right by me. So now I have the cards made. But the first thing that I'm going to do is the shaker pocket. So when you're doing the shaker pocket, I will be using a fuse tool, which I have nice and heating up, to sew my pocket. But you do not have to have a fuse tool. When you go to do it, You can seal your pocket with some type of a tape, like this red line tape or any double-sided tape. Another option would be these foam tapes, which actually is probably the one that I would choose. You would just take a piece of this foam tape, cut it to the width, which obviously this is not the width, and then just cut a strip off of it because you wouldn't want anything this wide. But I really love this foam tape, and it cuts very easy. Anyway, so if you were using tape, after you put your items in your pocket, what you'd want to do is kind of fold your piece here down. Because if you notice, this doesn't come all the way to the top. So you have to make sure you have it sealed at the point where that stops. So you kind of roll this down, and then you would put your tape right here, then uncover your second side, and then stick it down. Now, when you do that with tape, one of the things that is that you can see the tape. Even when you use the transparent double-sided tapes, you can still see them, and it's not super attractive. So what you would probably want to do then would be to take something like washi tape or a ribbon or lace or something and put it across on the front. And then you would also want to put it across on the back because you'll be able to see the tape from the other side on the back. I am going to use a fuse tool. So I'm going to try very hard to stick to the white and gold theme for this and not introduce any other colors. So one thing I have for my pocket letter is I had got this little pack. I saw this pack of flowers and I really liked them. So I'm just going to pick out a couple of different kind of gold flowers. So actually I think I'll take the one big gold one in that shade of gold, and I think I'll do two little ones. Okay. That's not all that's going to go in the shaker pocket, but I'm going to start with that. And I'm going to put those into my shaker pocket. Okay, let's see. Come on, into the pocket. Okay. Now, I have a bunch of different little things. Let me kind of turn my camera up. I have a bunch of different little things over here for my shaker. I have beads and seed beads and sequences and all that kind of stuff. So one of the things I'm going to add is these little gold sequin flowers. Okay. And I also have some of the sequin flowers in white. So I'm going to put a few of those in. I have some white, just regular sequins. They're kind of large. I kind of like those, so I'm going to take a few of these and put them in. And I have some little gold sequins. So I'm just going to get a pinch between my fingers. And then I have some of these clear iridescent, which I think count for white. Now, one thing you may want to do with sequences is just make sure that they're separated, because sometimes sequins are not separated and they kind of stick together. And after you get your pocket done, there's not much you're going to do to get them unstuck. So I'll put a few of those in. And then I have this, which has got some little mixed little sequences that are clear. So I'm just going to take a little pinch of those. Kind of stick them in there. So now somewhere in here I like to kind of take my little pocket and shake it around a little bit, kind of see what I've got going on in there. Okay, I'm liking that. Okay, now it's time to add things like beads. So I have these teeny little gold seed beads. Oops, shook a couple of my sequins out. That's the only thing we shake. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of those gold ones in there. And then I have some little clear seed beads. Into the camera. Put a few of those in. Now I have some white, kind of pearly seed beads that are a bit bigger. So I don't want to just pour those because I don't want as many of those in. So I'm just going to take a few and kind of stick them in there. And then I'm going to do my little, kind of hold my top and shake my pocket around to see how I'm liking how it shakes. Okay, so I'm kind of liking that. Make sure everything falls back down to the bottom. Okay, now for shaker pockets, I believe you need microbeads. Microbeads make things shake like crazy. So I have some clear microbeads, and I'm going to put a little pour of those in there. And then I have some gold microbeads, and I am going to give a nice little pour of the gold ones in there as well. And now I'm going to kind of do this and kind of show you guys. When you get these microbeads in there, and you hear that sound, that's the microbeads. Okay. So, now the last thing that I'm going to add, I have some of this from Heidi Swapp Marquee Love gold glitter. It's kind of it's a larger glitter that's kind of like octagon shaped or something. So I'm going to pour just a little bit. I don't want too much, because one thing is glitter tends to stick to your pockets. Yep, it's nice. I want it to come out of the lid. Okay, great. So, and I do need it all down into the pocket away from where I'm going to be working. Okay. So I just like a little bit of glitter, although it is a pain because, like I said, it sticks to the pockets. But I do like to add a little bit. Okay. So like I said, I'm going to use my fuse tool. So one of the things I do when I use my fuse tool, for those of you who may have one and haven't used it, it comes with this little thing. I don't find trying to run my thing in here all that great, so I just use the edge. So what I'm going to do here is kind of shove my stuff that way. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and lay it. I don't know if you can see, but there's a seam right here. So what I want to do is make the seam come all the way up to the edge. So then I'm going to take my little fuse tool and then start just a little bit onto what is the current seam and then bring it up. My fuse tool might have got a little bit hot. Try to make sure that that did not go through. Now, one thing I did not say, which I got a non-stick mat, it's not that bad. I should put paper under this to do it. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, so I'm just going to kind of knock my stuff down to the other side. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to line it up with the seam. And I'm going to have to turn this way because I need to pull toward myself. This is just the way it works for me. So I'm going to line it up with the seam. I'm going to get that piece of glitter out of the way. Okay. So I'm going to line that up. It's always, for some reason, this side is more difficult for me to figure out how I'm going to do. All right, so I'm going to do like this. Start just a little bit there and bring it up. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I learned in case we have any new fuse tool users out there who have not done this before. When I did this the first time, I took my lovely fuse tool and I did this. And I put it here and I fused it. And then my pocket would not shake. That was because doing this and pressing this pressed the air out. So, I like to make sure there's some air in there. And then I do not put it on the top. I mean, I don't put it that way. So it feels a little backwards to me when I'm doing it, but I bring it just down, trying to make sure that I'm keeping it straight. I just bring it just down, hold it. Making sure that there is air. And then I just come across. Now, how I did that one, please. I want to sell. There we go. Okay. And then I take it off. Okay. And then you have a shaker pocket that will shake. So, and everything just kind of moves around. And I'm going to tell you, it's the little beads that really, and especially the micro beads and stuff, but also the seed beads, that's also what really helps this stuff to move and have that nice shape. All right. So since that is the last thing, I'm not going to need my fuse tool for anything else. I am going to unplug it so it can start to cool down. Let me see where I'm going to put it. I think I'm going to put it over this way. I'm not doing really good at that. Okay. Sorry for the flipping around type stuff. Okay. So now you have that pocket. So then the next thing you have to do when you're doing a pocket letter is you have to start deciding how you are going to decorate your pockets. So what I did is I went through my stash of stuff. And I just, and you can't see this, so I'm going to have to tilt this up so we can see. Okay. Yeah, hi, now you see my face. Okay, I went through my stash. And I just pulled out all kinds of stuff that I had, you know, like that, some gold, whatever that is, tissue paper, white doilies, pearls, and some gold tone stuff, some little other little sticky things, oh, some gold hearts, and somewhere here I just found it and I brought it over here and I laid it. So what did I do with it? I also lose things all the time. So let me turn this way and see if I actually see it. I don't see it. I had found a gold doily. Well, if I don't have it, I'm not going to go looking for it right now. So I don't. Okay. I also have some stamps that I'm probably going to use to stamp some of the cards. I'm not absolutely positive, but I think that I might use them and use my embossing gun. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff that's white and gold and things like that that I'll be able to kind of decide as I'm decorating my cards. And so I have, let me point this back down now that I'm not trying to show you something in a big box. I have this one that says Wild and Free. Yes, I got that at Hobby Lobby for $1.62. That is a still, because these things are regularly, the size 6 is 49. And I have this cute little unicorn that I'm probably going to use. And then this one here that says Shine Bright, which says $7.99, but I got it for $2. Okay. That was back when Hobby Lobby had all their stuff on sale. So I'm probably going to do a little bit of that. I should have mentioned you're going to need some adhesives. My favorite is good old Arlene's Tacky Glue, and I love this bottle that you can sit so it's always ready. I also do have an Elmer's Craft Bomb Permanent Glue Stick. And then I have this is my favorite tape glider. It's a Glue Glider Pro with the Permatac cartridge. I love these. They're super easy. These just pop out like this. Yeah. Pop it in, snap it in. It's ready to go. I find that this is small, it's easy, it's lightweight. You don't have to squeeze anything. It's super easy. I love this. And I got a refill pack of 3 cartridges at Hobby Lobby. They're like $21 for the 3 cartridges, but I got it with a 40% off coupon. And you get 40 feet per cartridge. So I really like it better. I have one of the Scotch ones. I just don't really like it. Okay, so anyway, so you have your pocket letter. You have to start thinking about how you're going to decorate. Now, one of the things I'm going to say, normally when I make a pocket letter, I'm just going to lay that all away for a moment. Normally when I do a pocket letter, if I'm not using a double-sided paper, then I back my paper onto something, another color. I just don't like plain white, but I am trying very hard to stick to the white and gold theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my card, I'm going to flip it over to the back. I'm just going to use this little ruler here. I have a, what brand is this? Yeah, Decocolor glitter paint pen. And I'm going to shake it up really well. And I'm going to get a piece of plain paper over here too. To tap. And I'm going to take this and make sure it's flowing. Okay. I am just going to do a little edge. So what I'm going to do is just line this up straight. Hold it down. And then And pretty much I'm going to try to make sure that I keep, you know, at the same width on all the edges. And gotta make sure I keep it straight. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and that makes this neat little border. Then I am going to take either some flowers or some butterflies, but I think I'll do this one in flowers, and then I'll do another one in butterflies or something. And I have a little gold ink pad. Okay. And now, okay, yep, all right, so, all right, that's right side up facing me. And then I'm just going to kind of stick these in here. Down, lift up, and it makes a little gold. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to pause, and I'm going to do the rest of the cards because I don't want to take up a lot of video time because this is going to be a long video as it is with you watching me line and stamp cards. So I'll be back in a few. Okay, I am back. So I've done all the stamping and everything. Now, something I did, which I did offline, is I have another Deco paint pen that is in gold. It's one of their calligraphy pens. And what I did with that is on the front side, I just took it, slightly angled it, and pulled it across. Of course, it's not going to go as smoothly as when I was doing it offline. Okay. And just made a very thin gold border. I don't know if that shows up. Does that show up? Gosh, I can't stand that when I can't tell. Let me hold that there. Yeah. Around the edges. Okay. Now I'm going to say, you don't have to do anything on the back of the cards. And normally I don't decorate the backs of the cards. I just don't like plain white. But I didn't want to put another color there because I really kind of wanted to try to stick to the gold. So, and let me show you one of the cards if I can find it. Where is it? Probably be the last one that I look at. Oh, yeah, there it is. So, when I was doing the lining off of line, yeah, right there, I made a mistake. My hand slipped. But I'm going to do some decorating on these cards anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and actually do that one. Now, what I'm going to show you is a little texturing paste. I have this texture paste from Brie Reese. I got this at Hobby Lobby. This is a gold. I got this back on the clearance wall. I think I paid $2, maybe even a little bit less. Okay. So, and I was planning to do some texturing anyway. So I'm going to lay Well, you know what I'm going to do too. So I don't get this texture paste all over my mat. I'll lay a piece of paper under it. Okay. So I'm going to lay this here. And for texture paste, you can use any kind of flat, like, type thing you want. And you just kind of hold your stencil down so your stencil's in place. Scrape it over. And then just lift straight up. So can you see that? So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to add a little down in here. Now, there are lots of recipes online for making your own texture paste. And this is just something I'm doing. This is not anything that's necessary. You do not have to use texture paste when you're doing a pocket letter. This is just me coming up with some. I'm going to do, you know, type thing, because of the color scheme being so. And I'm not going to do all the cards. I'm just going to do a few. I think I'll just do 3. Okay. And then this one, actually, I think I'm going to use this little animal stripe. So this is not something you have to do. You can choose how to decorate your cards any way you want. And you know, and there's a lot of different ways. Some people do very minimal on their cards and put stuff on the outside on the plastic. I don't do that. It's not my style. It's not something I particularly like. I like to decorate the cards. So I'm going to sit those there. Scrape that off. Get that back on. Like I said, it's always good to have some baby wipes so that you can just clean up a little bit real quick when you're doing stuff. Oopsie, bit my stripe. Okay, put that back down. Now what I am going to do, because I do want these to dry, so it's going to get a little noisy. This is a heat gun like what I use for embossing ink, which I'm going to show you some of that here in a minute. But what I'm going to do is I am going to turn this on and just get my extra page to speed the drying up a little bit. And I'll put these cards off to the side, and whatever I'm going to finish doing on them, I will do later. After I give this a chance to completely dry. And I just want to heat it up a little bit, get it going. To give it a little bit of a head start. All right. So we'll move on to some of the other cards. So I just want to show you guys something. I love this punch. This is from Marvy. And it is a great big 3-inch scallop punch. I love it. It is super easy to punch. I love the fact that it's so easy. I can do this and do it upside down, and a lot of punches I can't. And I have arthritis, and if I have to squeeze really hard, it doesn't work. So while we were out, one of the things that I did when I was pulling from my stash is I went and I looked for some gold papers that weren't Christmas. So I did actually pull these out of Christmas pads, but the one was just a polka dot. The other was this print. Probably could see it better if I do it over here. What's this? And this, I think, was out of a Hot Buy one from Michaels. And this was out of some other Christmas pad. And this was out of a small 6x6 that just was a plain gold. So I punched a couple of those because I want to use some of that, especially since I couldn't find my gold doily that I found, and then I've lost again. But anyway, and then I got this punch recently at, I believe, Joann's, and it was on sale. I love butterflies. So I punched butterflies out of all 3 of the papers. Now, I'm obviously not going to use this many butterflies in decorating it, but one of the things on a pocket letter is you put some little presents in the back. And a lot of times I like to try to share a little something that's what I used. So I'm going to take one of these cards, and I'm going to take a look at this. So obviously with this, it's too big for the whole card. But I'm going to kind of, I think, do something like this. So I think I'm going to use a glue stick for this one. And I'm just going to kind of come in here and swoop it around at a kind of circly, quartery thing. And then I'm just going to take this and lay it down. And then I like to flip it over, smooth it out. Where's my better bone folder? Where's my good bone folder? There it is. Or my heavier bone folder, I should say, not good. Do that, get that done. And I have some little precision scissors. I'm gonna come right in here. Okay. And this one, I think I'm going to do like a half. So on this one, oh, where's my scissor cut? I really should have had a piece of paper under here, and I don't know why I didn't, because I know better than that. So let me grab a baby wipe and wipe this glue off of my mat so I don't end up sticking stuff to it. And then pull this paper over here. Anyway. So then, because my papers have writing, I have to make sure I've got things set up the right way. And then I'm going to put this down here like so. And that. And then I'm going to come in here. And try to be more careful so that I'm actually cutting on the edge. Okay, and then I'm going to take polka dot one, and I think I want to come in here like this. Okay. do that. And then I'm going to do a little on the edges because I don't know that I'll catch all that. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and put this on. Oopsie. Yet another reason. I don't understand what the hell. Okay. Is to make sure you do not have glue on your hands when you're touching things, like I just did. Paper, I got a napkin over here. Let me just wipe the liquid off. Okay. Alrighty. And make sure that it's stuck down. Okay. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to trim. Okay. All right. And then I'm going to stop for now with these. I may come back and pick up something, little pieces or something, and do something. But right now I'm stopping. I'll stick my cap on my glue just so it don't dry up. So one of the things I do want to do, I know, is I do want this unicorn. So I want the unicorn, and I am going to emboss it when I do it. So this is my embossing junk. Okay. Where is the one? Yes, this very glittery one. And I'm just going to use that pad. I don't have any gold embossing powder. So what I'm going to do, so it doesn't all spill out on me, is I am going to not use that, so I don't know why I got that out. Okay. I'm going to do my unicorn in gold. And I'm going to need another sheet of paper when I do this too. But I'll show you. Okay. So I'm going to do my unicorn in gold, and then I'm going to use this kind of white embossing powder. And I'm hoping this is going to come out good. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to get ink onto my unicorn, making sure I get all the little lines, because if you don't have the lines, your embossing doesn't show up good. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this down here. Press down good. Lift up. Of course. Dang blasted. Apparently. Well, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not worried about it right now. Apparently I got some on the edges. Alright. Take this. Sprinkle the embossing powder onto the ink. Okay. Move that to the side. So you just dump your embossing powder on. Then you take your embossing gun. And you just start going over your image. And you will see as your image starts to become very shiny. I don't know if you can really see that or not. But anyway, you'll see your embossing powder change and start to melt. Okay. I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful with this one when I'm doing okay. Also, make sure I've got it right side up. Please tell me I have that one right side up. Yes, I did. Okay. I do want my wild and free. So I'm going to take my wild and free. Maybe not lay a wet thing on top of my beak. Okay. Glitter everywhere, I'm telling you. That's what happens when you use glitter. Okay. Now this time I am going to do just a little something different. Because while I'm doing this, and getting this gold in here and making a mess, and it's still not where I laid a wet thing at, I can see that I just got it in there and in there, and try to wipe that out so I don't stamp that in. Okay, I am going to take my clear embossing pad because I just want it to be a little bit more gooey. And I'm just going to kind of tap that on top of my gold ink. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and kind of look at this and try to center it. Smush it down. Lift up. I probably should have dumped that back in, but I didn't. So, sprinkle it on. Put my embossing powder back in. Okay, gone again. Oops. And then let me hold that up there so you guys can kind of see that one. Where it says wild and free. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do as far as my embossing. I'm not going to be embossing anything else. Close my inks up. Alright, let me just wipe my stamps off. I'm going to tell you, a lot of people like take their stamps and they have all this scrubby-dubby stuff. I wipe mine off with a baby wipe. And that's what I do. All right. Now I want some other stuff to put on here. I'm going to take the one that has my little unicorn. And I have some stickers here that have some gold. Like I'm going to take like this little flower. No, I don't think I like that flower. I mean, I like the flower, I just don't think I like it with the unicorn. I think maybe I want this one, this little swirl. No, I don't like that one either. Well, I'm not finding stuff I want. I want something else with this unicorn, so I'm going to have to take a look in my box and see what else I might have that I want in here. Maybe I'll put some bling on. And let me see. Maybe a little bling and maybe I'll okay. So I have some little stickers, and they're actually Tim Holtz. So I think I'm going to add some words. So I think picker. Now for this, I probably will use my tacky. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I think I'm going to put one of these on. So the thing is even though these are self-adhesive, I do not trust them all that much. And so I like to add a little extra glue just because I want to make sure they are actually going to stick and stay stuck. So I'm going to add a pearl here. And I think I'm going to add a smaller pearl. I see that's the other thing that I have happen sometimes is the sticky doesn't come off with the actual item. So that's the other reason I like to use a little glue. Okay. Now I would like for this to kind of have something where it says something. So I'm going to take a look at this. Oh, I like Fearless. So I have this sticker that says Fearless. And I like, usually for my stickers, to not I like them to have a little bit of a border. So I'm doing that with this paint pen. And I'm just edging. Just slightly. Just to make it have a little bit. And here again, even though these are stickers and they stick, I like just, not a lot, just a little bit of tacky glue. And then I'm going to take my Fearless and stick it right there. And yeah, remember to wipe my fingers off so that I don't end up smushing glue. Okay, so take a look at that. And I like it, but I sort of still feel like it needs just a little something. So I'm going to look and see what I might have. That I might want to add. Okay. All right, so I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of these butterflies and just give it just a teensy weensy bit of dimension. I'm just slightly bending it, not too much. And no, I think that's too big. I don't know, what's the smallest size ones they have? I think they're all about the same size. So. Oh, this one's a little bit smaller. Okay, we'll see if that's better. Okay. Yeah, there, I like that one. Okay. Put a little bit of glue on it. And just kind of stick it down. Okay. And then I'm going to take one of these little white flowers. And again, I am going to take my gold pen. And I'm just going to touch the edges a little bit. And then I'm just going to do a little bit in the center. Just some little dots. Kind of to represent the stamen. Okay. Not a lot. A little bit of glue. And I'm just going to stick it right there. Okay, so I think this one is done. So I'm going to kind of decide what pocket that I think I want this one to go on. And I think I want it to go on one of the side pockets. Alrighty. Okay. So I slide it in to a pocket. Okay. Now, my wild and free, I am going to look at some of my other flower choices that I have. Yes. Okay. These are some Prima flowers that I got, guess where? Hobby Lobby when they were on sale. I think these may be too big. Yeah, I think these are too big, but use my little wire snipper whippers here. I want to take this little rosebud, and I think I want it there. I'm thinking, I'm not even positive that I really want that there. I want something on the wildwood tree. I want it to be different than the horse. I think I'm going to do that. And then I think I'm going to add some gems up here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And I think that for this, I'm going to add these gems here. I do find doing something where you're sticking to just like a couple of colors, especially something like white and gold, to kind of be a challenge. But that's okay, challenges are good. Yes, I like that. And I am going to put the flower on. So I'm going to put glue onto the stem and onto, and I'm going to use the tacky glue. Now this I'm probably going to let sit up a minute before I try to stick it in the pocket. And I am going to take my bone folder and just kind of press it down a little bit to try to make sure that it is making good contact. Okay. So, do that. I'm going to set that one aside to dry a little bit before I try putting it in the pocket. And, oh, well, there's the gold doily that I couldn't find earlier. That's all right. Let me see. I think I'm going to take one of these and play with it a little bit. So I have some gold dots on there. What else do I want? I think I'm going to put some butterflies. And I think I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put some of this trim. I think maybe I'll do 2 rows. See. I need about another 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, and I'll do 4 just to be safe. Okay. So this to me is part of the fun, and I guess I'm just kind of talking to myself here a lot. So to me, part of the fun of pocket letters is deciding what you're going to do with each card. And like I mean, it's an opportunity to express your individuality. I will say that well, there's nothing wrong with some stickers. I discourage anybody from just doing stickers on all the cards. Be creative. You know, take some time, enjoy the process. Okay, put that down on there. Okay, so let's see. Set that aside. Who knows? I might need that. Okay. I think I'm going to take one of these little gold butterflies and put it on. Maybe right there. And then I think I'll take maybe a little bit larger butterfly. And I'll put it right here. And I think I have some little stamps that have some words. And I have one that says, yeah, here it is, love. And I will do it in gold. Stamp that in there. I just want to test it to make sure I know which way it stamps. Yes, okay. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to stick that, I think, right there. And I'm not going to emboss that. I'm just going to do the little word. So that you have kind of this card. Okay. And I think, okay, no, this first up. So since I put the trim on this side, I think it kind of needs to go on this. I think maybe I will put it up here in the top pocket. Okay. Now what do I want to do? I think I have some other flowers here. Okay, I have some of these pretty kind of crochet looking flowers. And I'm going to take one of those. Actually, I think I'm going to take this one right here because I really like that one. This pretty flower right here. And I think I think I'm going to put it on this one. Okay. Glue. I'm going to get a pretty good dollop of glue there for the center of the flower. And then I'm just going to kind of stick it right here. Like so. And then I think, oh, I like this limited edition. Now this time I'm not going to trim this one in gold because I'm going to stick it onto this gold here. And so I kind of want it to stick out. So I think I'm going to start it right there. Okay. See that? I think that's kind of pretty. Alrighty. And so I think we're going to make this the middle top card. I'm going to tell you something. I'm also a big word person. I love words and phrases and stuff like that. And I incorporate that into a lot of my art, not just pocket letters. I do mixed media and ATCs and things like that. And I tend to find places to put words. I love little sayings and things. So here's how the pocket letters coming along. Okay. And let me see, how's my Wild and Free? Am I ready to put that in yet? Yeah, I think I could do the Wild and Free. And I think the Wild and Free I'm going to do, I'm going to put the Wild and Free as my bottom center. Okay. And I'm going to take this little card here with this texture paste on it. And I've been looking at this sticker here. And I really like that sticker. And I want to use it. So I think I'm kind of going to put it, where am I going to put it? Where do I want it? I think I'm going to put it toward the top. Yeah. I'm going to put it toward the top because I'm going to come in here. And I think, let me see. Do I want this? Or do I want this? Maybe I want this over here. No, I think I want this. Okay. That unstuck. Okay, so what I do not want this entire big sticker here, so I'm going to come in here with my scissors. So somewhere in here my video cut off and I don't really know where. So I guess I will find out when I go to look at it. Sorry about that. I've just been sitting here talking away making things, so I hope it hasn't been off for too long. Alright, so I'm sticking on a make today count. And so I guess this video will be 2 parts. Because I don't have a video editor, so I can't edit it in. So that's kind of this card. And I think that I want this one over here. So one of the things that I guess I was saying, which I don't know whether it got captured or not, well, I don't have anything against, and I should put glue. I don't believe I forgot to do that. Okay. While I think that it's okay to use some stickers and stuff, I would discourage anybody from just utilizing stickers and putting stickers as the only thing on all their cards. Take the opportunity to get creative and actually make some little pieces of art. What I would like when my partners get my pocket letters, when I send pocket letters to people, if they want to keep them and keep them intact, that's cool. But what I would like for them to be able to do is to pull out these little cards and then utilize them in something, whether they're sticking them onto a card or they are, you know, putting them into some other type of artwork. So, okay, so there's how we're coming along so far. And then I think I'm going to take this one. Oh, where's my pen? I don't want my paint to dry out. Okay. So I have this one, and I think I might utilize one of these little flowers on here. Actually, I think I'm going to utilize that one. And I'm just going to put it on there just like that. Oh, okay. And make sure that I realize that this card is going this way, but that's still okay. I can still do that. Just make sure I put them into my pocket letter correctly. All right. Hi, friends. I am having some camera issues, so hopefully this tutorial video is going to come out in some way that makes some kind of sense. Anyway, so I did this one. I'm just going to keep this one very simple. And I think that I'm going to put that in the bottom right corner. Okay. And then, let's see. So I've got 2 more cards to decorate and decide what I want to do. So I'm going to take this one here that I did kind of the animal stripe thing on, and I think that I'm going to make a little banner. I'm going to make a little banner. This is going to say, trust your heart. I'm going to stick that down in here. Once again, glue, carry glue. And of course I have my glue sticking up in here now. So, dot, dot, dot. Of course, the lovely thing about the always ready, only is always ready if you remember to keep it flipped upside down. Okay, try to make sure I keep that flipped upside down now. So I'm going to put trust your heart. Okay. Now, trim it a little. I'm going to trim this here. And then, what I'm going to do, let's see. Trim that there. And I think I need to just trim this a little bit right here. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Little nip. And I'm going to get, because I want little points on, so I'm going to do them there. Slide just a little bit. Okay. Trust your heart. Snip that off. Okay. So let's see, that says trust your heart. Now, in my bag of stuff, oh yes, here they are. I have some gold hearts. Let me tell you something about these gold hearts. I made these back at Valentine's Day. I love the Ferrero Rocher candies. And they come wrapped in those pretty gold papers. Well, I took those gold papers and I smoothed them all out and I made hearts. By just simply folding the paper, cutting out a heart shape, and then smoothing out the fold because they're foil. And I really like them. So, I'm going to add this heart onto here. And I'm going to put it kind of at an angle, because that's the way I like it. I'm going to run it right into my embossing lines. That's going to be just a smidge it off, so I'm going to cut that, trim that right off. Okay. We have this one that says Trust Your Heart. Which I'm going to add a little bit more glue because apparently I don't have glue right there on that edge. Okay. There we go. And I think the Trust Your Heart's going to come up here at the top. Because this one's going to make more sense to be over here because of that. Okay. All right. So, final card. And what do I want the final card to be? I kind of this little She Is Brave. I think I want to put some white flowers. I think I want the She Is Brave at the bottom. And I do think I want to hit it with my gold paint pen. And then I'm going to put a couple of gems on. So put one right there. And then I'm going to take one. And it's going to go right there. Well, it will if I can get it to come off of my thing. Okay. I'll move that one a little bit so that they look the same. Okay. So that says she is brave. And then I'm going to take like 3 flowers. Okay, and this time I am not going to put any gold on the flowers. I'm just going to take them. I'm going to put one there. I'll put one out here. And one this way. Okay. And then I am going to put a dollop of glue in the center of each flower. And I am then going to put these kind of gold pearls into the center. Mm. Two. And because I don't want to use a bigger one, I'll go with a slightly different shade of gold pearl. 3. Okay, I want to let those little flower centers dry just a little bit. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this, but before we end this, I do want to talk about something else. That is the back of your pocket letters. You need to put some stuff in it. So, one of the things that I'm going to do, if I can find my bags, there they are. Okay. So, one of the things I'm going to do in one of my pockets, I'm letting that dry just a little bit, I'm going to make just a little bit of a shaker mix. So I'm going to take some of my gold flowers, my gold sequin flowers, sprinkle them in there. I'm going to take some of my white sequin flowers and sprinkle them in there. Some of my micro beads. Some gold micro beads. Some gold seed beads. I'm going to add in some of these white Archer seed beads. So basically what I like to do is a little gift into each pocket, and I like sometimes to kind of share some of the stuff that I used in making the pocket letter. That doesn't mean everything that I put in the pocket letter is something that I used in the pocket letter, because it's not. But I know a lot of people like to have some shaker mixes, and they don't have them, and you know, because they haven't done them or whatever. So I like to kind of make up usually a little shaker mix. And I usually make up one that's kind of like what I use for the pocket letter. So that's just kind of what I'm doing here, is I'm just coming through, and you know, this is probably enough for a couple of shaker pockets, honestly, because you don't want too much stuff in one shaker pocket, because you want it to be able to move around. It's a little bit. So I'm going to do that. Okay. So there we go. It's a little shaker mix. And what I'm going to do, actually though, is push the air out so that it's easier to do. Anyway, so it's a little shaker mix and flatten it out a little bit. So then when you're doing your gifts, all you do is just kind of come in from the other front side and stick your little goodies down into your back. Let's see, do I think these are, this is probably good. I can probably get this in there. Okay. Down, 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 down. Okay. All right. So that's one thing. Now, I am going to say, because this is, for instance, this has nothing to do at all with the pocket letter. This is a little shaker that I had made, specifically to be the size that you could put into a pocket letter. So I'm going to share that with the person getting this pocket letter. So let's see, maybe I'll stick it in this pocket. However, before I do that, let me see, I just noticed something. I need to trim that. That is not trimmed so that it's meeting evenly. Alrighty, there. So I'm going to stick, and I'm going to push those in. Okay. Now, another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a couple of these little, I guess this is a new bag and I hadn't got it open. These are like for embroidery floss, little plastic bobbins. These are excellent for washi tape samples for pocket letters. So, I am going to do, and usually I like to do a good, so that's 36. I like to do a good 8. This is probably about 24 inches. Anyway, you can put washi tape onto anything that's not going to stick, and you can use like playing cards. They work really well. I just like these little bobbins. And they're relatively cheap. And so this is a little gold and white heart washi tape. And I'm going to pause this for just a minute. All right, I'm back. Okay. So, I just about have everything in the pockets anyway. But I'm just going to talk a little bit about what I've put in. Okay, so first off, this is our pocket letter. The one thing that I haven't done yet that I'm going to do is I like to put washi tape on this edge. So I take some kind of a washi tape that I feel goes with the theme. Obviously, you want it to be straight. So it goes with what your theme is. And I do it on the one side. And then I come in and I take it and I come in and do it on the other side, lining it up, smoothing it out. Okay. So, on these, when you're doing this, you'll notice that this little piece doesn't come all the way up, so I run it so that it does, and just then flip off the excess. What the hell is going on? Okay, I don't know why my camera just been having so much trouble with the video recording. Okay. Now then, when you do this, there are what were holes, and I don't know why my camera's looking so dim at me right now. So I just kind of push my fingers around and then I find it. Line it up and usually this is what happens, and I end up having to cut it out. Anyway, I punched the holes through and I'll have to cut it out, so I'm not going to sit here and do that. But let me talk to you about the back anyway. Okay, so I have all my little items in. When I do pocket letters, I include a candy. I like the Ghirardelli's because they're flat. I do a tea. I'm not real happy with this because this is not what I wanted to send. I bought some Celestial Seasonings fruit tea samplers and opened it up just now to find out that they're not individually wrapped, so I can't really use them. But anyway, this blank one here will be a note, but I'm not going to do that till I find out who this is going to in the swap. So then I have my washi tape sample, my shaker mix that you saw me do, the little shaker embellishment that I made. This here is this really pretty lacy gold ribbon that I got after Christmas dirt cheap. But anyway, I did about 2 feet and folded it up so it would fit in the pocket. And so, oh, and then I shared some of the little butterfly punches that I did. And so that's it. Then you have your pocket letter ready to go. Now what I'm going to tell you is the traditional way that these are meant to be shipped is you fold them up like this to ship them. That does make them kind of bulky in an envelope, so sometimes it is easier to ship them like this in a 9x12. The problem with this is that things tend to fall out. So if you're going to do that, I would suggest taking a little piece of washi tape and just kind of, you know, doing something like that to keep the items in your envelope, including the cards. Otherwise, your pocket letter is going to end out, including your cards, all over the place. That's just my suggestion. Now, that'll be it for this video, and I will be trying to see what I can piece together as far as my broken up things due to whatever was going on with my phone. But anyway, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. I will be having some giveaways later on, and you will have to be a subscriber in order to be eligible for the giveaway. And also, if you're a subscriber, you'll get notified when I post new videos. Thank you. Have a great day.